That's the sound of a turbo. 15 grand or less. Turbo cars. Welcome to Boost. $15,000 or less is not a lot of money, especially to spend on a turbocharged sports car.
Agreed.
So, in my mind, that car is going to be unreliable. So I said, if we're going unreliable, you might as well just go unreliable as shit. I am not joking.
Is this a Subaru?
Is this an Infiniti?
Oh, okay.
This is an Infiniti Q50. I am talking about specifically 2016 to 2024 Infiniti Q50 with the 3.0 turbo. Those are the only years where it's both 15 grand or cheaper that has the turbocharged sports motor. Now this motor is a 3-liter twin turbo V6 dual overhead cam 24 valve motor. It's an Infiniti though. We'll get into that later.
Okay, good.
This car has 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, which is respectful. And I'm not talking about the Red Sport, which is making more power because that's way, way, way too much for 15 grand.
Yes.
It will take you some time to find it, but you can definitely find a Q50 with the 3.0 turbo. They are all-wheel drive in this configuration, and they have a 7-speed automatic. Infiniti doesn't make the 7-speed, so that's actually the only part of the car that's reliable. The car weighs between 3,732 pounds to 4,023 pounds, which it's a full-size sedan. You look up 0 to 60, quarter mile times for the Q50, you will see ranges all over. I'm talking full second quicker than each other because it's an Infiniti and the owners are that actually wasn't a joke. Real-world testing for a Q50 with the all-wheel drive system, not a Red Sport, is proven to go 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds and a quarter mile of 13.6. You unlock the governor on these things. These things can actually go 183 miles an hour.
Wow.
Now, will it probably take 5 minutes to make that speed? Yes.
I was going to say that. How big is the area we're testing?
Now, the only difference, well, not the only difference, the main difference between the 300 horsepower and the 400 horsepower Red Sport is a tune. Which means that you give a Q50 a tune, it is making over 400 horsepower crank. For those of you who don't know, the cool thing about the Q50s, this goes all the way back to the G35s. The one thing I give Infiniti props for is Infiniti doesn't exist in Japan. It's known as just Nissan. The G35, G37, Q50, they're known as the Skyline. You can actually order performance parts directly from Nismo for your Skyline.
That's really cool.
Yes, it's really cool. I'm talking about full exhaust systems, engine parts. There's a huge list of Nismo parts. You can just buy a calibrated PCM for a...
What?
Yes. There's a couple caveats of it though. You have to import it.
Oh.
The entire page you have to translate from English or from Japanese to English. You also have to figure out US dollars to yen, but it is possible. And if you want, this is a photo Q50. This is the photo of the Skyline. Skyline looks a lot cooler. You can probably get those body kits too for your Skyline. You might be asking, why did I pick this twin turbo Infiniti?
Yeah, why would you pick a turbo?
Realistically speaking, in my opinion, you're not going to get much better for 15 grand or cheaper. Because 2016, 18, 2019, you're getting this thing for 15 grand, depending on the miles and the condition, you're getting this for 15 grand. The tech is pretty good. Full leather, these are identified as luxury cars. So you got the luxury. Realistically speaking, these are nice cars for what you pay for.
Yeah.
Are they going to last? Absolutely not. Are your turbos going to explode?
Oh.
Absolutely. Are you going to be made fun of? Absolutely. Even if you buy this, will I make fun of you? Absolutely. But hey, at least you got a turbocharged car for 15 grand, you dumb fuck.
I think that was actually an excellent choice because, these cars depreciate very fast.
Yes, they
like,
do.
very fast. And
yes, but you know what isn't fast? Infinitis.
This was like a tough challenge.
This was really hard.
This is
one of the harder ones
It took me a long time, and you'll see why in a minute, but it took me a long time to find like a good, reliable, turbocharged car. Speaking of how hard this challenge is, I actually chose a NA car.
Isn't that cheating?
In a way. I chose a Miata, specifically the first or the second gen. I feel like that this is buying a sub $10,000 car, turbocharging it on a budget, which you can do, and I'm going to explain in a minute. Under 15 grand might be more reliable than buying a turbocharged car under 15 grand.
You're not like
Or you
completely
could,
wrong.
Or you can say just might be more reliable than a Q50.
The first gen ran through 1989 to 1997. Inline 4, 1.6 liter with a whopping 113 horsepower.
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn!
Yeah. The curb weight on this thing is 2,094 pounds. It also came with a 5-speed manual. Now, the second gen ran 1999 to 2005. They upgraded from the 1.6 to a 1.8 liter inline 4. This actually had an increase of whatever 140 horsepower is compared to 113. So what's the math on that? That's
27.
So a whopping 27 horsepower increase. Turbo. So
Turbo.
That's what we all came
I did
here
a lot
for.
of research. So these Miatas, I want to throw this out there before I get into the turbo cost. I was seeing them on Marketplace and some other websites for roughly, we'll go the lowest 4,000 to highest 7,000. Cashed out cars. So he has a build series for budget DIY focused installations for the turbo on Miatas. The ECU, turbo, manifold, oil lines, downpipe, all of these installations and different episodes. Had a whole entire playlist. I really recommend you guys checking it out. I thought it was very interesting.
I probably won't.
Yeah, fuck it. It's a Miata. He did everything. He welded, he tuned everything. He shows you how to do it. He spent a total of $1,047 to turbo his car, doing everything by himself.
Granted, you need tools, welder.
Yeah, tools,
Fabricating skills.
Yeah.
So the cheapest turbo that you can buy, which is OEM, is $500, and it's only for the 1.8 liter. So that's the second gen Miata.
Where does this turbo come from?
It comes from the Mazda Speed Miata. This is an OEM Miata that came factory with turbo for 2 years. They produced 400 cars.
Wow, I didn't
You
know
want to
that.
know why they stopped production? Because the facility burned down.
Bro, what is with Miata? What is with Mazda? What is with Mazda, bro, with their facilities?
Oh, I said 400, I meant 4,000. Same thing.
Bro, oh my.
I heard that the downpipe isn't big enough, so it kind of like doesn't help the turbo spool.
Yeah, so just fabricate a downpipe while we're at it.
Yeah, fuck it.
We're already here with welding skills.
At a 9 psi, his 0 to 60 was 6.5 seconds. That's almost 2 seconds faster than the stock form. Bro, I told you, that shit sounds good.
Hi, my name is Tyler, and I went German once again. Ladies and gentle cars, I chose the 7th generation Audi S4, the B9, ran from 2016 to 2019. So it comes with 2 engine options. If you're really, really poor, you can get the 2-liter turbo, still a turbo. Those clear like 10K by like a grand or two. So you get those for like 10, 11, 12 grand. And you do have to do a little bit of digging. You have to put your time in. For around 80 to 100,000 miles, 90 to 100,000 miles, you can snag these things up for like 14 to 16K all day of the week. If you want to get a little bit nicer of one, so like somewhere between 20 and 40, you are going to have to fork over a couple grand more. The reason I picked this is because it comes with a 3-liter turbo V6, making 356 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Doing the 0 to 60 in a shocking 4.4 seconds with a quarter-mile time of 12.8 at 107 miles an hour. Another reason to get an Audi, Quattro all-wheel drive system. This has it. And the top speed is electronically limited at 155. Yep, it has turbo problems. They wear.
Just next question.
It has turbo problems. You're going to see it around 90 to 110,000
This is
miles.
actually a video on whose car is going to blow up first.
Yeah.
It's got PCV issues and oil leaks that somewhat goes hand in hand. For whatever reason, the motor itself, minus the turbo, forget about the turbo for now, with just routine maintenance, not even like special, really well upkept maintenance, can last around 150 to 200,000 miles. If you pick one of these up and the reliability has been kept up with, even just regularly, you can see this for another 4 to 5 years. Get to the fun stuff.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah, there's a supercharger kit you can buy for this car with a simple flash tune made by APR with 0 bolt-on mods. You can get around 430 horsepower.
Wow.
Well, the aftermarket support is super deep for this car. It's a $50,000 Audi that's kind of relatively new. Yeah, you can get things like intake, exhaust, ethanol fuel kits, wheels. The BBS CHRs look really fucking good on this car, silver. With all of those mods, including either a stage 1 or a stage 2 tune. There are some people on German forums reporting mid-10s in the quarter mile. Yeah, I think this is a good pick for this video. It's got modern amenities, luxury. I mean, it's basically a brand new car. It's like 7 years old. There is a big community. Audi has a very large aftermarket support and community.
I actually think our cars are very, very similar. Only one's Japanese, one's German.
And you can get it all under $15,000 if you can find one. Honorable mentions, gotta definitely go out to the SRT4.
SRT4,
the Golfs,
Cobalt
the
SSs.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.
You don't have to.
You got 15 grand, you shouldn't buy any of these cars.
No.
Definitely don't.
No, don't buy these cars.
Check out our naturally aspirated video. It was much better than this.